the goal.
Well, there was a lot of activity in front of that net, and your guess was as good as mine who was going to get it in there first.
Exciting overtime game here at the Massena Arena. Now the Red Raiders back. LaPointe in over the line. He's got a man going to the net. Shoots, he scores. Mike LaPointe ties the game. And Larry Allen. Red Raiders. This is Josh Spanberg. Spanberg wheeling in over the line. Spanberg in front. Shoots. He scores. The Red Raiders lead 3-2.
And yes, they are going to allow it because the goal didn't.
Red Raider defense. Red Raiders will clear. Do they have a 2-on-1? Yes. Spanberg in over the line with Corey David. Spanberg, nice pass. David shoots. He scores, and the Red Raiders lead 4-2.
Textbook goal right there. Combination of Spanberg and Corey David.
The Red Raiders slid their way past the first-team All-Northern goaltender and the Coach of the Year to defeat the Potsdam Sandstoners. The scene was now set for two state-ranked teams to fight, scratch, and kick their way to determine who would advance on from the battle at Shield. Now Chip Chapman with all the highlights.
Oakley has come up big so far.
Spanberg almost had an opportunity at a second rebound there, and he scored!
And the Red Raiders score. Mike LaPointe deflects the rebound, and it's a power play goal. Spanberg looking for some skating room. He's knocked down. Good play by Jeff Peters. Peters moving in all alone. Peters shoots, he scores. Jeff Peters. Okay. No.
Here we go, Spanberg.
Spanberg on a breakaway. Josh Spanberg the other way. Had a short-handed goal the other night. Shoots, he scores. Josh Spanberg.
That's going to be an icing.
No, icing was waved off. Yes, and in front of the net, a close call. Here's the shot, they score. Ryan Laritz ties the game for Canton at 2-2. Clears the puck to center. We are tied 2-2. We're 6:25 remaining in our second period. Spanberg a shot. David the rebound, he scores.
Yes.
And it's another short-handed goal for the Massena Central Red Raiders. Play is Mark Morley. Morley can't clear, though. Behind the net is Sherm Grant. Off a skate. Adam Blaze has it. Blaze, nice pass. Dribble scores.
Yes.
What a play. Adam Blaze to Les Dribble. Dion. Dion for Blaze. Dribble, nice back pass to Blaze. And here comes Adam Blaze in over the line. Blaze with a shot. Coakley to save. The rebound, they score. Mike LaPointe gets the goal. And the Red Raiders now lead 5-2.
Tonight, it's the New York State High School Hockey Playoffs from the Massena Arena as the Massena Red Raiders host Oswego, and it's all up next right here on Edwards Production Sports.
They got to pat themselves on the back here.
Seth Service winds and shoots the rebound. Mike LaPointe scores for the Red Raiders, and that makes O'Shea to the point. Rashford one times it. It's deflected. The Red Raiders come back and score.
And that took a little hot.
This is Spanberg. Josh Spanberg plays across ice. LaPointe, nice pass. Seth Service shoots, he scores. A power play goal.
It's Service.
Penalty. This is Josh Spanberg. Spanberg to the blue line with 12. Check that 2:10 remaining in the period. Nice pass. Red Raiders in front. It's loose. They score. DiMaggio will come out to play along the boards. Held in. Red Raiders trying to feed in front to the side of the Rome net. A scramble in front. Where is it? They score. Puck racing over the blue line. Knocked away from the puck momentarily. Now right in front of shot. They score. The Red Raiders. On the break, he shoots, he scores! Les Pribble.
Nice little wrist shot by...
Red Raider New York State hockey action is brought to you today on Edwards Production Sports by the Club 37, Tripoli Road, Massena. By Massena Building Supply, located on Water Street, Massena. Frenchie Chevrolet, Olds and Geo, East Orvis Street, Massena. By LaRue Oil and Brazier Quick Stop, Route 11, Brazier, across from the arena. WB Goodnow Insurance Agency, Route 11 in Winthrop. Michelex Plastics of Massena. Susie Travel, located on Main Street, downtown Massena. Hotel Netto, located on Andrew Street, Massena. Bob Post Insurance, located on Maple Street, downtown Massena. Massena Springs Tavern, located on Main Street in Massena. By World of Color, located on Main Street, downtown Massena. Whalen Insurance, located on Main Street, downtown Massena. By C&M Ford on East Orvis Street, Massena. Massena Chrysler Plymouth Dodge, located on Center Street in Massena. TVI Warehouse. Joanne's Chat and Nibble Cafe in Brazier. Massena Big M, located on North Main Street, Massena. Norfolk Liquor Store, Route 56 in Norfolk. Billy's Bingo Hall, Route 37 in Hogansburg. Northern Masonry. And by Flowers by Joseph, located on Bailey Road, Massena. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors, bringing you New York State Red Raider hockey today on Edwards Production Sports.
Hi again, hockey fans, and welcome to the Massena Arena. Chip Chapman along with my colleague Jamie Davis. Great to have you along with us for New York State quarterfinal play here in Division I as the Massena Central Red Raiders, winners in Section 10, host the winners in Section 3, and that was the Oswego Buccaneers. The Red Raiders coming into this game with a record of 18-5. Oswego, their first 20-win season, they were 20-2 overall. In the first year that they won 20 games, and according to head coach Pete Sears. Well, we have number 1 and number 2 teams ranked in New York State here tonight, Jamie. It should be a great one.
Well, this isn't the first time we've had the number 1 and number 2 teams right here at the Massena Arena, and I'll tell you, this ought to be a dandy. The Red Raiders got here by a win of 4-3 and another win of 5-2. We might add that last week when they were playing against Canton, they allowed no shots on goal in the third period, and I'll tell you, Chip, that is really something. So we ought to see a great Massena team tonight. On the other hand, they're playing an Oswego team that very much remembers what happened to them 2 years ago in this very same arena.
We are just about set for a play-by-play action here as the teams are on the ice. Our officials for tonight's game are from Section 5, and they are Mr. Joe Ross and Mr. Brian Groh. The Oswego Lakers are led in scoring by Eric Cole, who has 22 goals, 24 assists for a total of 46 points. Matt Grimshaw, he wears number 15. He has 10 goals, 23 assists for a total of 33 points. Of course, the Red Raiders led by Josh Bandberg with 54 points on the season, and Mike LaPointe. And right from the draw, right in front of the netminder, John McCrae in the Oswego net. There's Luca Richards. Luca Richards starting in goal for the Massena Central Red Raiders in this hockey game. Luca Richards basically deserves a start. He's been pretty dependable the last couple of hockey games after coming in relief, Jamie, against Potsdam.
He certainly has. He made a big relief appearance in his last appearance here at Massena Arena.
8 wins, 1 loss is Luca Richards' record. We'll talk more about the Massena goaltender as time allows here. Red Raiders with a puck. Ryan Kerwin, but it's whistled. There you get a look at Luca Richards. We saw a moment ago on our screen. 8 wins, 1 loss. That's his record. He's made 115 saves in those 9 games. 7 goals he's allowed, and he's had 5 shutouts. So Luca Richards has played well when he has been in between the pipes for the Massena Central Red Raiders.
And so is his team with 5 shutouts.
Red Raiders steal a puck in front. McCrae with a big save as Adam Blaze and Les Pribble almost connect. Blaze with a good opportunity. Adam Blaze has been one of the better Red Raiders the last few games, definitely in the playoffs, as Adam Blaze has so far in the playoffs. Blaze has picked up a goal and 3 assists, as he had a goal and an assist against Potsdam in a 4-3 win, and then he had 2 assists against Canton in the 5-2 win. Here's Blaze from the drop. The shot knocked down, a rebound. Red Raiders bang away. It's in the net.
He scored without the bat. LaPointe kept shoveling away at it. I don't know who knocked it in the net, but there were a host of Red Raiders in there chipping together for the score of the game.
Red Raiders come out flying. We haven't even had a chance to really mention any Oswego players' names yet, as the Red Raiders really put the pressure on.
Here it is again on the replay, right in front of the net. They kept shoveling away at it. There it is. Les Pribble knocking it in. And you can see from our camera angle behind the net.
Scored by number 7, Mike LaPointe.
They give him a point to goal. Well, Mike LaPointe is 20 seconds. Pribble picks up the assist.
And number 5, Mike Dion.
Mike Dion also picks up the assist.
1 minute, 8 seconds.
2:38 the time of the goal.
From Pribble and Dion at 1:08.
So the Red Raiders waste no time getting on the scoreboard. They lead 1-0. Now out there, Keith Lee to center this line for Oswego as Lee is out there.
I guess to the Red Raiders, it don't matter who gets it in the net as long as they shovel it in.
Yes. Mark Donabella on one side. And it's Jared Leduc on the other wing for Oswego. Red Raiders trying to work the puck free. They have still Pribble out there. There's Blaze! What a save by McCray! Wow, John McCray with a great save to keep this game at 1-0, and Adam Blaze would like to have that one back.
I'll tell you, McCray with just a beautiful save right there, a sprawling one too. And he was able to cover up.
John McCray, who has about a goals against average of about 2 per game, just came up with a real big save there as he robs Adam Blaze as the Red Raiders looking to go up 2-0 in the real early going. Puck knocked down into the Red Raiders zone. Red Raiders with Frank Joy out there along with Ryan Kerwin. And then up front it's Jamie Courier along with set service. It's a service with a puck. Across Roche and a shot just deflects wide. Other mark. Tim O'Shea with a good chance. Ryan Kerwin, save made. Oswego trying to clear the rebound. This is Pat DeBan. DeBan will just work it out of his own zone. Now DeBan pushing and shoving with O'Shea behind the flag.
Oh man, the Red Raiders have turned up the volume real early here. They are not waiting for anybody.
And Oswego, the Buccaneers, just want to ice the puck just to get a break here as the Red Raiders in the early going really forechecking. And I would guess that probably already McCray's probably made 5 or 6 saves, and we've played less than 2 minutes.
And he's made some fantastic saves down there on the other end. It's amazing half of them gone in.
Talking to Pete Sears, the head coach of the Oswego Buccaneers before the game. For the most part this season, they've gone with 5 or 6 defensemen and 3 or 4 lines for the most part. Pete Sears was not sure if that was going to be the case tonight. Didn't know if he'd have to go with just 3 lines against this strong Red Raider team, because he was just going to have to wait and see in the early going. It's been all Massena here.
Top scoring threats on this Oswego team.
As the Red Raiders have the puck in front, it's loose. Let's see if they whistle the goal dead, or yes, they do. It's not a goal.
My, little extracurricular activity after the play right there. And Josh Spanberg and now McCray, just an awful collision in front of the net. McCray is down. And just an awful collision there with Josh. We'll watch it again on the replay. Terrible collision here with Josh Spanberg and McCray. Oh my!
He got his leg caught in the right against the goalpost as Spanberg ran into him, and then Spanberg was kind of hitting the head, sort of.
Yeah, Jared Leduc was in that mess. That looks like we'd see something like that on Race Time 95 right there. Pile up like that. Josh Spanberg on the season, he has 24 goals, 30 assists, and 54 points on the season. And Corey David, he has 14 goals, 15 assists, and 29 points on the season.
Mike LaPointe, also up there, of course, Mike LaPointe in second in scoring 21 goals and 19 assists for a total of 40 points. Red Raiders from the draw, bad pass. Kerwin loses the puck, now it's Donabella. Mark Donabella has a player joining him. Here's a backhand to Luca Richards for a save off of the stick of Eric Cole. Eric Cole, the leading point getter on this Oswego hockey team. Had a chance there, but he was in pretty deep that time. He didn't get much on the backhand.
Cole has 10 goals and 8 assists on the season right now.
So the Buccaneers almost capitalized there on a Red Raider mistake. Here's a backhander, and Luca Richards goes down on his knees and spots it at the last second, makes the save.
A little flip shot right there, but in the game, of course, that we had here at Massena Arena, you got to look at Luca Richards right there. He has been a real asset to this team this season. 8 wins and 1 loss is his record with 5 shutouts, Chip. That says an awful lot for your defense right there when
Yes,
you got 5 shutouts.
He's only averaging, when he's played net, he's only averaging about 13 saves a game. That tells you the puck's down in the other end mostly.
That's right.
So the Red Raiders lose the puck. Red Raiders here in the early going also have had their share of playing a little sloppy. But Adam Blaze has the puck. Red Raiders have Blaze out there along with Purple and LaPointe up front. Dion and Rochford defense. And the Buccaneers. This is Mike Foley. Lost the puck at center ice.
Seeing some pretty physical play going on out there.
Oswego. This is Joe Iannarino. Iannarino will send the puck to length of the ice, and icing is called as the Buccaneers were changing on the fly.
What a matchup out there. LaPointe and Iannarino hooking up out there at one of the lines. Just an awful physical game. Then you get a look at the Oswego bench.
How did Oswego get here? Well, they were the number 1 seed in Section 3. They defeated West Genesee, the number 4 seed, 4-0. And Rome defeated Auburn 9-1. That set up the final, and it was Oswego defeating Rome in triple overtime 3-2 last weekend.
And that was a very emotional Rome team, I might add.
Yes.
We will tell everybody more about that as we go along.
I'm sure a lot of folks have heard by now, but Rome lost very tragically. John Rowe, who was a Section 3 All-Star a year ago, was killed. Here's a good save by Luca Richards. We'll get back to that, Jamie, as you mentioned, as time allows. 10:45 remaining here in our first period. Now out at center ice. This is Vashon. Broken up by Service, and the Red Raiders play in. Credit McCray with a save. This is Mahalski. Mahalski now playing along the boards for Jeremy Knoop. Knoop in the corner. Loses the puck. Red Raiders, B.J. Rochford in deep for Massena. Now Service lets the puck go. Knoop has it along the boards. Rochford can't keep it in. And Oswego ice the puck. As we were mentioning, Jamie, well, we'll get back to that. 10:15 to play. First period, we'll be back. Red Raiders leading by a goal.
Enjoy a delicious meal in a relaxing atmosphere, along with a price you can afford at the Club 37 on Tripany Road in Massena. The Club 37 offers daily lunch and dinner specials, open Monday through Friday for lunch 11 till 4, Tuesday through Sunday for dinner from 4 till 10. They specialize in seafood, steaks, and Italian food. Fine food and all your favorite beverages is what you'll find when you visit the Club 37 on Tripany Road in Massena.
Welcome back to the Massena Arena. A close call a moment ago as the Red Raiders had the puck behind the net and almost got it past John McCray, but he made an excellent save. John McCray, who has played in 13 games for Oswego in goal, has a save percentage of 90% and a goals against average of about 2. McCray has just played super according to Pete Sears, and he has played well in this game so far. Keeping us to a 1-0 lead for Massena. Eric Cole in over the line. Cole trying to get around Corey David. Now Rochford bumps him up against the boards. Going in deep for the puck. This is Brendan Colliver. Red Raiders come out. Center ice area. A pass intended for Converse through his skates. Now David knocks the Oswego player into the boards. Converse in to help out. That's Oswego's Nate Elliott, who was down. Now Converse falls, and Nate Elliott has the puck. Elliott, solid offensively and defensively. A first-team All-Star in Section 3. Now the Buccaneers, and a shot taken by Keith Lee. And Luca Richards with a pad save there.
Tricky shot from Lee right there. And Richards having to come up with a key save right there.
9 minutes remaining in our first period. Nice to have you along with us here for sectional playoff hockey action. State playoff hockey action, that is. Quarterfinals. And the winner advances into the semifinals next weekend down at the Utica Memorial Rink. auditorium, that is. Now, Red Raiders. Icing is waved off. McCray plays behind the net for DeSantis. He's checked into the board. Buccaneers clear to center. Red Raiders will have to regroup there. This is Dion. Dion bumped in front of the Oswego bench. Puck is loose. This is Rochford. Now a pass for Seth Service. Service going in deep. McCray out of his net. Plays along the boards. Red Raiders changing on the fly. Iannarino can't clear. This is DeSantis behind the net. A back pass. Now Iannarino looked to flex off a stick, was high in the air. Ferguson with a big hit on a Red Raider player, and I believe that was Seth Service, and now the Red Raiders once again have it at center. A pass intended. Oh, here's a big hit as Tim O'Shea was knocked down by Oswego's Joe Iannarino. Iannarino, we've mentioned his name a couple times on hits, Jamie.
We certainly have. He's not shied away any from the hits.
7:37 remaining, first period. We'll be right back.
When it's time to build, head for Massena Building Supply and Northern Building Supply, your Golden Rule lumber centers. Supplying the North Country with the best selection and price on all your building and remodeling needs. At Massena and Northern Building Supply, you'll get the best in service from friendly professionals. Whether you need tools, lumber, paint, or an entire kitchen or bath, all your building needs can be met right here at your Golden Rule lumber centers, Massena and Northern Building Supply.
Welcome back to the Massena Arena. The Buccaneers moving in over the line. Here's a shot from the point that deflects off the stick of Seth Service. The shot taken by Jeremy Canute. Now the Red Raiders back. Tim O'Shea over the line, but he's all by himself. Spun around. Fans looking for a penalty. No call. Now on the left side for Oswego, it's Vashaw. He has a poke checked off his stick. Red Raiders changing. Converse weaves his way past the check. Plays the puck in deep. Going after it there is Mahalski. Mahalski now, Red Raiders try to feed in front. That was broken up by the Buccaneer defense. And coming away is Eric Cole. He's checked. Now it's Canute. Red Raiders really forechecking, just like the Red Raiders did against Canton in that 5-2 victory last Saturday at the Teal Arena. Red Raiders have had a good first period here, with the exception of a couple of errant passes that have cost him a couple of shots on net.
There you got to look at Jason Converse, the junior, and I'm sure Tim Long is very happy to have him back. He's has 1 goal on the season, 8 assists for 9 points, and I'll tell you something, he's got quite a future in front of him. He's seen a lot more ice time in the second half of this season.
Red Raiders, when the Red Raiders made the line change, Jason Converse was involved and got moved up to this line with Corey David and Josh Banberg as Seth Service and Mike LaPointe, who were Josh Banberg's line mates earlier in the season. Switch to different lines. Here we get a whistle right as the puck goes into the Oswego.
Players seem to want to give away some souvenirs here.
On our Club 37 scoreboard, the Red Raiders lead by a goal. For Oswego, they have out there Eric Cole, along with Keith Lee and Mark Donabella. And on defense, they go with Brendan Culver and Nate Elliott. Red Raiders reply here as they change now. The point, Tribble, Blaze come out, Kerwin, and Joy. On defense, down to 6:14 in our first period. Red Raiders lead on a goal scored by Mike LaPointe, who's had an excellent playoff so far for the Red Raiders, as Mike LaPointe has 3 goals and an assist. Puck loose in front of the net momentarily. Now cleared away by Eric Cole. Eric Cole, the second team All-Star, All-League player in Section 3.
Well, I wouldn't move there to get away from the check.
He's checked by a second team All-Northern, Ryan Kerwin this year. Kerwin, Oswego fans next to us looking for a holding penalty there, but they don't get one. Now with a puck This is Culver. He loses it. LaPointe. Nice pass for Pribble. Pribble centers it in front, and the puck went off a skate into the corner.
LaPointe was well covered there by Culver.
Now a race for the puck, and Frank Joy beating Mark Donabella to the puck. Joy clears it out of trouble. 5:15 remaining in our first period. Behind the net, Seth Service going after the puck. Sent out to center ice by Nate Elliott. Now to an open wing, Jamie Courier couldn't control the puck. Garrett Ferguson plays the center. Red Raiders send in right away. Red Raiders looking to forecheck the Buccaneers once again. At the point, Dion, his shot deflects, and it goes out of play in the Oswego zone. We have 4:51 remaining here in the first period.
Well, we've seen some very physical play, Chip, out of both teams so far. They're not waiting until the second or the third period. They're starting right out of the hopper with the physical play.
This has been a good first period, good checking first period, close checking, and the Red Raiders had the majority of scoring chances, and John McCray has been very busy in the Buccaneer net, and he's made some good saves. Good play right there by P.J. Rochford. He knocks down Andy Grimshaw. Grimshaw, who picked up the game winner in the 3-2 win over Rome. 32nd mark of triple overtime. Grimshaw scored the goal last weekend to put Oswego in this game right here. Almost a giveaway in the Buccaneer zone. Oswego had a chance for a 2-on-1. That was broken up, and the puck deflects out of play.
All of the fans like hockey, and they must like basketball. The Massena Red Raider basketball team is doing a great job. And they're going to be going up against the Plattsburgh Hornets. And we'll have that game for you on Wednesday and on Sunday of this coming week. Those of you who are watching this, of course, live on Saturday night, that'll be coming up this coming Wednesday and this coming Sunday. It'll be the Plattsburgh Hornets and the Massena Red Raiders in basketball action. Chip?
Red Raiders were defeated today by 5 to Chateauguay in the playoffs. And in the Division II hockey playoffs today, it was Clinton over OFA 9-2. So the great ride that Oswego had this year, knocking off St. Lawrence Central and then knocking off Malone and knocking off Salmon River, while it ended today as a very fine Clinton Warrior hockey team defeated OFA 9-2. It was tied 2-2 after one, but Clinton then scored 7 unanswered goals. So they advance into the semifinals.
I got to tell the fans, those of you who want to see that game on Wednesday, don't forget to check our daily schedule on Wednesday for the time of that basketball game against the Plattsburgh Hornets. But tonight it's hockey, and we got a dandy, Jim.
So far, Red Raiders leading 1-0. Look at goals for and goals against. Red Raiders on the season have scored 117 goals and allowed 43. Oswego have scored 131 goals on the season. They've allowed 36. Relatively young Oswego Buccaneer hockey team. 8 sophomores and a freshman. They have 3 players not in the lineup tonight due to injury, as Ben Miller is out with mononucleosis. Kyle Vargason's out he had knee surgery, and Len Legault is out with a shoulder problem. Red Raiders' only scratch is, of course, to senior defenseman Chad Schneider, who is out with, I believe, a broken wrist. 3:15 to play in our first period. Now the Buccaneers try to feed in front, broken up by Luca Richards, now in the corner. Fighting for the puck. It comes free. Red Raiders trying to clear it. Blaze has trouble. Kerwin in his own zone with a puck. Now trying to go the opposite direction. He has Frank Joy. Joy will send the length of the ice as the Red Raiders short-handed here. Josh Vanberg picked up a penalty for cross-checking. And the Red Raiders, who picked up 2 short-handed goals in the 5-2 victory over Canton. Here's a big hit, but Rochford's going to go to the penalty box. The Buccaneers moving in over the line with a puck. This is Eric Cole. The goaltender has left the net for an extra attacker for the Buccaneers. In front of the net, Luca Richards has saved. The puck is loose. It's a goal. And the Buccaneers score just as Spanberg steps back on the ice.
Good play by the Oswego Buccaneers. They got that goalie out of there and got that extra man on the ice. And perfect passing to keep that man on the ice and keep things going. Just a fantastic job.
So the Red Raiders were going to be penalized for the second time in this hockey game. Here we get a look at it again.
Watch the passing that goes on right here after they got that extra man on the ice. There's the shot.
Luca Richards the save, but the rebound knocked home by Eric Cole. For Eric Cole, his 23rd goal. We're waiting to see as Joe Ross is over talking to one of the other officials here in attendance tonight.
Assistant number 19, Ben Mikowski. The time of the goal, 12 minutes, 42 seconds. Hold from Mikowski. Forgive me, that's number 19, Andy Grimshaw. Number 19, Andy Grimshaw on the assist. At 12 minutes, 42 seconds.
Cole from Grimshaw, I believe.
Yes.
It's Mahalski is in there on the assist.
Well, they give Grimshaw the assist.
So the Red Raiders working in over the line. This is Les Pribble. Adam Blaze going to the net. Adam Blaze has it now. Tries a feed in front. Les Pribble was going to the net. Now we have a penalty coming up. McCray reaching out for the puck.
And I think it's going to be whoever knocked Pribble down in front of the net.
And we're going to get a look at the Red Raider power play unit here. So the Buccaneers, I believe, give them a power play goal, as there might have been a second left on Spanberg's penalty.
Yes, they are going to give them a power play goal.
Okay, so now we see the Red Raider power play unit out there. Corey David, Mike LaPointe.
Oswego penalty to number 11, Joe Amarino. A minute and a half for interference.
Josh Spanberg.
12 minutes, 59 seconds.
Kerwin and Joy at the points. And the Buccaneers going with a penalty killing unit here of Canoop.
Anarino gets a minute and a half for interference, by the way, Chip.
Okay, Canoop, Ferguson out there, along with Eric Cole and Phil Carroll, the penalty killers for the Buccaneers. Down to a minute 33 in our first period and 58 seconds remaining on the Red Raider power play. Joy, this is Spanberg racing in on the left side. Spanberg tries to get around a check, loses the puck, and the Buccaneers will clear. Eric Cole will chase Ryan Kerwin down the ice. Puts a hit on Kerwin. Down to a minute 5 in our first period. It's been a good one. 1-1 our score. We hope you're enjoying our telecast at home. A great crowd on hand here this evening, Jamie, here at the Massena Arena.
Certainly is. There's not a seat to be found, I think.
For this quarterfinal state playoff game. The winner, as we mentioned, advances to the semifinals next weekend in Utica. Centering pass broken up by the Buccaneers. And they clear. Down to just 9 seconds remaining on the power play for Massena. 35 seconds remaining in our first period. Adam Blaze at center. Player steps out of the penalty box and knocks down Blaze. Now the Buccaneers at center ice. This is Grimshaw. Steers the puck into the Red Raider zone. Joy being checked by Grimshaw. Now at the point, a shot blocked by Blaze. Adam Blaze on a breakaway. Coming from behind, here's a shot. Blaze is run into the net. The puck goes wide. And we have...
I don't know. Are we going to have
Now we have a tripping penalty coming up.
Boy, when you get a breakaway like that and you're all down from behind, sometimes you get the free shot.
Jeremy Canoop going to the penalty box. Here we'll get a look at it again.
Watch it once again. Watch this stick come in here, right here. We got a pretty good angle at it, and down he goes.
Yeah. Could have been possibly a slash, but they call it tripping.
14 minutes.
So 14 minutes and 53 seconds, the time of the penalty. So the Red Raiders will enjoy their second power play here in this hockey game. And on our Club 37 scoreboard, we are all tied at 1. Red Raiders with LaPointe, Blaze, Corey David. They pulled their goaltender with just 7 seconds remaining as the Red Raiders looking to try to get ahead. Here's LaPointe with a shot just outside the face-off circle. It goes wide of the mark. Just 1 second. There's the buzzer. Our first period is over. A very entertaining first period from the Massena Arena. There you get a look at our hockey teams as they are going to the bench. 10-6, the Red Raiders outshot Oswego in that first period.
And it was a dandy, Chip.
So we have played one, and there you see our score. Earlier this week, we had a chance to catch up to Red Raider senior Josh Spanberg, captain, and we had a chance to talk to him earlier. 1-1 our score after 1 period of play. It was a very entertaining first period, as you see on our...
Yes, and our first period recap, of course, being brought to you by Club 37. We take a look at the shots on goal. The Massena Red Raiders with 10, the Oswego Buccaneers with 6. The first goal of the game coming from Mike LaPointe, the assist going to Les Pribble and Mike Dion. And then the second goal of the game coming from Eric Cole, leading scorer on the team. And the assist coming from Grinshaw. Penalty minutes, we take a look at them. 1:30 for Massena and 3 minutes for Oswego. And I'll tell you, Chip, it was a very physical period, if anything, right there. And it's amazing we only had 3 penalties in that entire period right there.
The Red Raiders allowed a shorthanded goal as Spanberg had about a second left, and Eric Cole was able to put the puck in past Luca Richards as Oswego tied, but the Red Raiders will have the power play here for another 1:23 when we begin play in our second period. Looking at recapping the scoring here, we'll take a look at the goals as we saw them in that first period.
And I'll tell you, this first one, when we take a look at it, watch the crowd that's in front of this net.
And there's the puck in behind as the Red Raiders got off to a quick start at the 2:38 mark.
And, of course, the second goal coming up will be the Oswego goal. And once again, we got to take a look at that first goal. Look at Les Pribble around that net. They did give the goal to LaPointe on that one, but it looked like Les Pribble dived it in. Here's the Oswego goal.
There's a shot. Luca Richards made to say he was down, and they're moving in as Eric Cole, and Eric Cole gets the tying goal.
Eric Cole, right place at the right time, right there in front. Luca Richards with a great sprawling save, but the puck got away from him, and your leg only goes so far, as you'll notice right here. He does not have an extra long leg, and Eric Cole bats it on home for the goal.
And we are tied at 1-1. You know, in the first period, we mentioned about this Oswego team who took on Rome last weekend, and you mentioned a very emotional game early in the game and whatnot. I was alluding to John Rowe, who was a defenseman, senior defenseman, Section 3 All-Star last season for Rome, who was killed in a car accident. Probably a week ago last Thursday.
Yes, and one thing we want to mention about this, we did here on AP Sports have a chance to see him score a goal in that game when they played against Massena right here at the Massena Arena.
So, of course, from all of us here at Edwards Production Sports, our deepest sympathy go to the family, of course, of John Rowe, and I'm sure that comes from, of course, the Massena Central Red Raiders and athletic director Martha Slack and head coach Tim Long and the Red Raider team, and, of course, Pete Sears and the Oswego Buccaneers Hockey Club, too. Too bad. John Rowe was an outstanding hockey player, and once again, our deepest sympathies go to John Rowe's family.
Well, we take a look at our score. It's 1-1, and if you're just joining us, you've missed a whale of a first period, but hey, we've got 2 more periods to play, and it ought to be a dandy.
Great crowd on hand here at the Massena Arena tonight. A lot of people standing. You can't, I don't think you could find a place up within the bleachers to sit down here tonight.
Well, we're sitting ourselves. We're sitting right up here with the Oswego fans, and we're having a great time up here. They're really enjoying it. They get a chance to glance down at the monitor that we have with us up here in the booth every once in a while, and they get a chance to look at the replays and some of the goals that are scored, and it's really been kind of fun up here.
Yes. So the officials, the referees are back out on the ice. We're going to step away, and we'll be back with more as the second period coming up from the Massena Arena. You're watching quarterfinal playoff hockey action here in Division I. The Red Raiders tied 1-1 with Oswego. We'll be back right after this.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Bob Post has been there for over 30 years, serving the people of Massena with complete auto, home, and life insurance coverage. If you're not satisfied with your insurance situation, call Bob Post at 764-0189. Let him give you a quote and see the advantages that State Farm can offer you.
Back at the Massena Arena, one thing, Jamie, if you look at sometimes, and we've mentioned this earlier in the season, is maybe Oswego and Massena didn't play throughout the season. So maybe how about against common opponents? How did they fare? Well, the Red Raiders defeated Rome this year 7-3, and Oswego beat Rome 2 out of the 3 times that they played Rome. Greece, both teams played Greece. The Red Raiders won 5-1, and Oswego defeated Greece the 2 times that they played Greece during the regular season down in Section 3. Potsdam, well, Oswego lost to Potsdam 5-2, and the Red Raiders, of course, split with Potsdam, but defeated the Sandstoners to advance to the final game in Section 10. So, pretty even match through one period, and even there you get a look at the Red Raiders getting ready, preparing for the second period. But these 2 teams pretty evenly matched so far through one period.
Well, I'll tell you, we talk about some of the things that have happened during this playoff season. One of the things we mentioned during the first period, Chip, is the fact that the OFA Blue Devils have had a Cinderella season out there. They beat some tough teams along the way. They finally were beaten today, but I'll tell you, they gave it a good run.
They did. They a fine season ending up. They struggled. Towards the end, though, they really came on, and congratulations to Dave Barlow for having a great run at the end of the season there, as his hockey club made it to the quarterfinals, but they were beaten today by a fine Clinton hockey team, 9-2. So the teams are set for second period action here, and so are we, as the Red Raiders going with Adam Blaze out there, along with Corey David and P.J. Rochford. Red Raiders on the power play here. Check that, Josh Spanberg. And then LaPointe and Joy are playing the points on this power play for another minute 10. Oswego steal the puck, and now there's a race for the puck. Mike LaPointe will beat Phil Carroll, one of the penalty killers, who's out there along with Garrett Ferguson, Nate Elliott, and Mark DeSantis. Penalty killing for Oswego. This is LaPointe. Spanberg, Joy, LaPointe. Red Raiders have a screen set up in front. Here's a shot. It trickles off a body and goes wide of the Oswego net.
There's that connection, LaPointe to Spanberg again. It worked for a goal from Spanberg to LaPointe here just a little while back.
The Buccaneers clear the length of the ice. In talking to Pete Sears before the game, he said the keys for this Oswego hockey team were good forechecking. They needed to forecheck the Red Raiders. They've done it quite often during the season. And they wanted to get everyone involved. They play almost, as we mentioned, they play 5 or 6 defensemen and 4 lines. That's what they've done throughout most of this season. And they wanted to keep it close going into the third period. Well, they've played one, and you can't get much closer, tied at 1-1. Icing called against the Red Raiders. Just 4 seconds left on the Buccaneer penalty, so they have successfully killed off this penalty as the face-off is in the Massena zone.
Well, from now on, with inside of like 5 seconds left on anything from now on, I'm just going to say, for now.
Yeah.
Yes, we've seen that happen a couple of times.
Yes. Red Raiders have allowed 1 shorthanded goal so far in this game.
Yes.
Dion being checked by Bashaw. Penalized player back on, and the Buccaneers at full strength. This is Tim O'Shea. Nice pass. P.J. Rochford moving in over the line. A shot. And McCrae makes the save. Now at center ice. Dion plays off the boards. Jeremy Knoop with it now. Knoop working in over the line. P.J. Rochford with it. And we get a break in the action.
little extracurricular activity afterwards down there in the corner. But we hope that everybody's enjoying these new camera angles from each end of the ice that we're bringing you here on EP Sports. There you get a look at Pierre Rochford out there, a senior, 6'1". And Pierre, of course, he's going to go a long way in hockey with just that name alone, I think, Chip.
Why he likes to be known as PJ. From the draw. Red Raiders controlling center ice. Corey David. David, a pass intended for Josh Spanberg, but a delayed offsides was called by referee Brian Grove. We have a couple of off-ice referees here tonight, I guess you'll call them, as they're in the penalty box. And that's Mel Tommelty over there.
We apologize, excuse me, Chip, we apologize for any of our corner shots being a little bit shaky. Of course, there's a large crowd here, and they're all the way around this rink. And we're trying to give you some different shots, different angles than what we've given you all season long. And we're new in these corners, and we have a lot of people around. And, well, sometimes it's difficult, but we apologize for some of the shakiness in the corners.
Red Raiders in forechecking a moment ago, but centering pass, nobody was there. Converse holds the puck in at the blue line, but only momentarily. Now Dion sends it to the Buccaneer blue line. No further. Good play by the Oswego defenseman that time, Anarino, as he takes Converse out. Now back the other way. Here's a long shot by Eric Cole, and Luca Richards gets a glove on that, deflects it out of play.
Oh, Cole there looked like he had a 9-iron or something when he hit that. That went way up about the third banner.
Steve,
off of that.
I should mention our other off-ice official in the penalty box this evening is Mr. Steve Kotzen. Buccaneers going out here with a line of Carroll along with Foley and Ferguson. And on defense, it's Culver and Elliott. Puck is loose in the Red Raiders zone. They try to work it free. This is Ryan Kerwin. Ryan Kerwin is second team All-Northern and made the All-Academic team. Plays the puck to center. Now LaPointe. Frankie Joy. Frank Joy was a first team All-Northern this season. The senior co-captain. 12 minutes remaining here in our second period. We're tied at 1. Kerwin can't hold the puck in. It rolls down in the Red Raiders zone. Frank Joy going after it. Joy puts on the brakes, has a man from behind checking him. The Buccaneers trying to forecheck the Red Raiders. Les Pribble has it. Pribble over skates, but plays the center. Now it's Grimshaw. Grimshaw stick handling at center. The captain of this Oswego team loses the puck in front of his own bench, backhanded into the Red Raiders zone. Frank Joy. Joy is checked. The Buccaneers trying to put some pressure on the Red Raiders in their own zone. Massena still can't work the puck free. It's held in. Here's a shot through a screen, and the save made by Luca Richards, and he holds for a faceoff. Wow! I believe Jared Leduc took that shot, and Luca Richards went down on his knees to see through some legs, and he made the save and reached out and made the save.
Hey, you got to look at Luca Richards right there, and as you said, Chip, he's been a real key threat in this game. He's
maybe all-academic.
All-academic, and that's quite an honor right there. Notice you'll see I think you'll see Luca Richards later this week in our Spanish Honor Society thing that we have coming up. We hope here this week, right here on Edwards Productions. And
I take it he was a participant?
Yes, he was.
Okay. 11 minutes remaining here in our second period. We're tied at 1. Dion stands on his pass along the boards. Now sets service. For Courier, broken up the Buccaneers. Still applying some pressure on the Red Raiders. Check into the corner. Now trying to work the puck free. This is P.J. Rochford. Rochford along the board, center ice, Tim O'Shea. O'Shea, they have service, and Courier breaking the net. O'Shea has it to save the rebound. O'Shea puts it in front, broken up by the Buccaneers.
Great save right there by McCray. He has made some excellent saves out there. It's amazing that it's only one goal has gotten by him.
Jamie Courier in a battle right at center ice, and now we have a penalty.
And I think it's going to go against Courier for some extra activity on the ice, and we'll have to wait and see whether both or one player is going to go.
Eric Cole was down there, and I think Courier is going to be the guy who gets the penalty.
Yes, he is.
As the Buccaneers control the puck, now it's touched by the Red Raiders. Jamie Courier will go to the penalty box. 10:02 remaining here in our second period.
You get a shot again at Luca Richards from behind the net, and there is Courier, and he is headed to the box.
So the Buccaneers going to the power play. There you get a look at some of the crowd on hand here tonight at the Massena Arena. Great crowd here for this quarterfinal playoff game. And on our Club 37 scoreboard, we are tied. So the Red Raiders, penalty killing here with Frank Joy, Ryan Kerwin, Josh Banberg, and Corey David. The Buccaneers, nice move by Eric Cole to get away from Spanberg. Cole has a man breaking to the net. That's Ferguson. Broken up by the Red Raiders. They play it out to center. Ferguson has it. Now for teammate Elliott. This is Elliott. Can't control the puck at center. Also out there for Oswego, Joanne Reno. Elliott tries to get away from Joy. Elliott has a man set up in front, center, and right in front. It's loose. And Luca Richards finally covers up as Joanne Reno was right in there. Anna Reno, a senior forward, 6'1", 190. Oswego fans are really hollering for a penalty here.
Well, a little extra curricular activity. Josh Spanberg there after the play was over, and Josh trying to keep him cleared in front of the net and wanted to make sure he was way clear of the net. We've seen some great scoring opportunities by both teams, but we've seen some great goaltending, too, by both Luca Richards and John McRae as well.
Down to 50 seconds left on the Massena penalty. And 9:20. Big hit in the Oswego zone. Red Raiders trying to kill off the final seconds of the penalty. Here's a shot from the point by Elliott, and a good save that time by Luca Richards, and the rebound cleared. Now Adam Blaze. Blaze spun around by Cole. Now at center ice, this is Vashon, Matt Vashon. And a penalty coming up. And it's probably interference called. We'll wait and see. And they penalty coming up and to Nate Elliott. There you get a look at Elliott, a first-team All-League. In Section 3, Elliott goes to the penalty box. So that negates Oswego's power play advantage. Holding is the call. So the teams are skating at 4 aside now for the next 23 seconds, and then the Red Raiders will enjoy the power play for about a minute. Dion plays the puck the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. Now along the boards in his own zone, this is Phil Carroll. Carroll is checked. Now the Red Raiders steal. Corey David. David trying to get around. David pushes the puck towards the net. But McRae stands his ground, makes the save. Red Raiders now on the power play. Now in the corner, this is Ben Mahalski. Mahalski along the boards. Red Raiders break it up, feed it in front. But a good play by Jared Leduc as he intercepts. Leduc now trying to clear out of his own zone. LaPointe holds it in, shoots. McRae made the save.
What a save, and I don't even think Chippy even saw it coming.
No, he looked behind him momentarily there. Now LaPointe has a poke checked off his stick, and the Buccaneers clear. 30 seconds remaining on the Red Raider penalty, and the Buccaneers changing penalty killers here. Josh Spanberg with a puck. Spanberg moving it over the line, still with it. Now a pass for LaPointe, broken up by Grimshaw. Few feet ahead for Vashon, broken up. And the Buccaneers send the puck the length of the ice.
Well, a hard-hitting game out there. I just saw Mike LaPointe going to the bench, and he wanted a break real bad right there.
Penalized player back on for Oswego, and they are back at full strength. We're tied at 1, 7 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in our second period. Tribble behind the net. Loses the puck. This is Elliott. Elliott with a home run past center ice. Moving in, it's Grimshaw. Andy Grimshaw, check from behind.
And Joy with a key check. We'll have to wait and see what they do here.
Joe Ross with a call as he is hauled down. Joe Ross calls a penalty as Andy Grimshaw was hauled down.
And Oswego, I think, is looking for a penalty shot here. And we'll have to wait and see if they're going to get it.
We'll
watch it again on the replay. Boy, I'll tell you, he is in the open and in the clear.
Frank Joy hauls him down from behind.
And Frank Joy, man, oh man, he had desperation right there, I think, more than anything else.
But
Frank is going to go to the box here. You get a chance to see it one more time.
As he was hauled in to the... Oswego not very happy. Face off coming to the right from Luca Richards. From the draw, here's a shot by Donabella that goes wide of the mark. Now T-ball. Or check that, Luca Richards, trying to control the puck as he tried to play it into the corner a couple of times and finally decided to fall on it. 6:55 remaining. We're tied. We'll be right back.
Looking for a good time? Then join the Massena Springs Tavern on Thursday evenings for karaoke with Tim. And on Friday and Saturday, dance to the sounds of the live bands. Entertainment 9:45 until 1:45. After-work specials Monday through Friday 4 to 7 and on Sundays 4 to 6. Great beverage prices and a good time. That's what makes the Massena Springs Tavern the place to go. Located on the corner of Hatfield and Main Street in Massena.
Red Raiders send the puck down into the Oswego zone. Just 56 seconds left on the Massena penalty. Buccaneers trying to work out center ice area. This is Eric Cole. Now at the blue line. Ooh.
Oh, my.
Courier knocks down Matt Basha.
Special delivery.
Now knocked down on the play is Garrett Ferguson. A centering pass in front broken up by the Red Raiders. And cleared the length of the ice by P.J. Rashford. 6 minutes remaining here in our second period. And 23 seconds remaining on the Oswego power play. Moving in over the line. Grimshaw, a drop pass. Moving in. Cole, a shot. Oh, what a save by Richards. He's down in another shot. And that time, Andy Grimshaw played the puck as he shot it past an open net.
That first shot went up and hit the top part of the net.
Buccaneers applying all kinds of pressure. Penalized player back on the ice in the corner. Our view is obstructed. They try to clear. Ooh, Luca Richards has some trouble as he went down to catch the puck. Good thing he had his pad behind his glove. Now we get icing called against the Red Raiders as they take off some of the pressure. Well, boy, Oswego with a couple of close calls.
I'll tell you, that first one, Luca Richards made the save, and the puck hopped up on top of the net and then went over the back. And man, oh man, then another drive right after that. I'll tell you, these two teams are playing at the highest intensity level I think you can play at right now.
Mason to the left of Richards from the draw. Shot wide of the mark. This is Rashford now for Joy. Frank Joy looks up ice. Joy now for Les Pribble. Pribble in over the line, called on the offside. Adam Blades was a stride offside. 5:04 remaining, second period, we are tied.
Now that the cold weather is here, it's a great time to stay inside and redecorate your house. At A World of Color, you'll have fun looking through their large selection of wallpaper and borders. You'll also discover the original Gail Grissy stencils or paint sun-dries that can dress up any room. And don't forget their great selection of quality Pittsburgh paints. And Ty and Wendy at A World of Color will be more than happy to help you with your interior decorating needs. A World of Color, 10 Main Street, downtown Massena.
Mike LaPointe at center ice. Now the puck is knocked down. LaPointe has it once again. Mike LaPointe. Ooh, he is knocked down. Gets his shot away as he was leveled by Jared Leduc. Here's a shot. They score! The Red Raiders. Red Raiders lead 2-1. John McCray was looking for the puck.
He certainly was. I don't think he even saw it.
No. And the Red Raiders lead by the score of 2-1. Here we got to look at it. As it comes from the point and the shot came from the blue line, and McCray never saw it. He was screened by one of his defensemen, I believe. Frank Joy gets the goal.
Assist to number 15, Adam Blaze, and number 7, Mike LaPointe.
LaPointe gets an assist. Shot.
17 seconds of the second period. Joy from Blaze and LaPointe.
Adam Blaze also picks up an assist. Now the Red Raiders back once again. McCray to save. The rebound and a great save, and John McCray pulls the puck out. He robs Adam Blaze for the second time in this hockey game.
What a save by McCray there. That time he did see it. What a fantastic save. But the Red Raiders get a big hand as they come off on this line change right here. Unbelievable the intensity level these two teams are playing at. There's that deal where you get a little bit of a shot of it in front of the net. What a shot in front of that net, but McCray, an outstanding save.
Adam Blaze goes back to the bench talking to himself as he had another great chance in front of the net, and John McCray robs him.
And yet another souvenir goes into the stands.
4:20 remaining in our second period. Red Raiders getting the only goal so far in this second period, and it comes from the blue line. Frank Joy just shooting the puck towards the net, but John McCray never saw the puck as I believe he was screened, or that's the reaction he gave us anyway.
I would dare say, because he's made some fantastic saves tonight when he's been able to see that puck.
That's the go-ahead goal for Massena here.
And Adam Blaze probably went over to the sideline, sat down, and said, you know, fellas, that was a heck of a save he made.
That came just after Joy's goal as the Red Raiders looking to make it 3-1. But McCray with an outstanding save. Now the Buccaneers breaking out of their own zone. Eric Cole in. Cole moving in, he shoots, and he fires it over the net. Mike Dion with a great effort to get back for the Red Raiders. Eric Cole disappointed, looking for a call, but there was no call. There you got to look at Eric Cole.
Oh, man, and Eric Cole must have been going 100 miles an hour in when he got that one. Nobody was going to get to it.
Eric Cole, great speed. There you got to look at the sophomore forward, second team all-league. He had 22 goals and 24 assists for 46 points on the season. And he has the lone Oswego goal in this game. And, boy, I'll tell you, he was just flying down that left
Oh,
wing.
he was. He was really moving. He's got 11 goals and 8 assists on the season now, counting the one goal that he has in this game.
Now behind the net for Oswego, it's Keith Lee. Lee puts on the brakes, tries to hit player at center ice, broken up. Red Raiders send it right back in. Corey David has to tag up on the play. And the Buccaneers try to work it out. Frank Joy has it. This time the shot is stopped by the Buccaneer defense. Here come Oswego. Eric Cole in over the line. Kerwin gets a piece of him. Now Cole knocks Joy off the puck in the corner. The Buccaneers trying to feed in front. They do. Luca Richards with an outstanding save, and he covers up. And Mark Donabella, I believe, took a pass from Eric Cole.
Now, some activity afterwards.
And Mark Donabella with a close call. Here we got to look at it.
Going to get a chance behind the net. Take a look at this shot right here.
There's Cole. Nice speed pass. And right on the stick, and Donabella tried to direct it in front of the net, but Luca Richards with a good save. And the goaltending remains
outstanding at both ends, I guess you could say. We've seen some fantastic passing and some incredible skating by both of these teams.
Tina Sears sends out Matt Bashaw along with Ben Mahalski. Out there, Jared Leduc. Andy Grimshaw. Buccaneers trying to feed in front. Red Raider defense clears that into the corner. Now they're battling along the boards. In there for Oswego's Matt Bashaw. I believe he's on top of, yes, it's P.J. Washington.
Well, I'll tell you, Chip, I don't see how these players can possibly play a third period of hockey. they have got to be beat after these first 2 periods of play.
Faceoff coming to the right of Luca Richards.
You get a look at both benches. Look along the line there, very intense. Look at them all just leaning over the top of that. Well, the boards right there. Good thing the boards are there.
They know what's on the line. The winner advances to the semifinals in state play next weekend in Utica. And the loser, well, they've had a great season, but they go home. Red Raiders break out Blaze. Now for LaPointe. Mike LaPointe has a poke checked off his stick. Triple knockdown. Adam Blaze is down. There's someone's glove, and that's the glove of Mahalski.
Well, I wondered how long it would take before the debris started showing up on the ice out there. It took a little longer this game.
Now behind the net, it's Grimshaw trying to feed in front. Red Raiders played into the corner. Rochford, he's checked and knocked down as Leduc falls also on the play. Pass for Spanberg too far. Spanberg eludes a check from Anarino. Feeds in front for LaPointe. LaPointe takes a shot, and McCrae makes the save on that. Now a bouncing puck, center ice, in over the line. This is Grimshaw. Grimshaw gets ready to shoot. Now a backhand, and it's backhanded wide by Garrett Ferguson.
Ferguson, they forgot all about him. He
Yes.
just come right in there, and there was nobody on him.
Yes, as 2 Red Raiders keyed on the first man. And second man had a... And now we have...
There's going to be a penalty here to Mike Foley, I believe it is, and it is Mike Foley going off.
For tripping. Mike Foley, who had 4 goals and 3 assists on the season for a total of 7 points, goes to the penalty box. There you get a look at Mel Tomalty, the penalty box official. He will sit in the penalty box with the penalized player.
A minute and a half for tripping.
There you see our score on the Club 37 scoreboard. Red Raiders leading by a goal, 2-1. Red Raiders with a power play.
Tough physical battle all the way down the line.
Kerwin, Joy, Spanberg, Converse, and David. The power play unit out there, and we have a whistle and an offsides call against Massena. Pete Sears has a penalty killing unit out there of Garrett Ferguson, Phil Carroll.
Something there didn't happen the way that there is. You got to look at Josh Spanberg looking over across the ice. Something there didn't happen the way he wanted it to or something, because he kind of dragged that puck over the line when they called the offsides. I think he was looking for something else to develop there, and it didn't.
Nate Elliott and Jeremy Knoop also out there. Penalty killing. This is LaPointe. Minute 20 remaining in our second period and a minute 10 on the Red Raider power play, and Frank Joy was unable to hold the puck in at the blue line.
Well, I'll tell you something. As far as the checking goes, there's been plenty of it. If you haven't got your fill of checking in this game yet, those of you who are watching at home, wow. I can't believe it.
Just had a quick look at the crowd on hand here at the Massena Arena for this very entertaining quarterfinal playoff game.
Great game.
The Massena Central Red Raiders and Oswego Buccaneers. Mike LaPointe races in over the line. We're under a minute to play in our second period. Taken out of the play by Elliott, and the Buccaneers clear to center. Buccaneers have done a pretty good job so far penalty killing in this hockey game. Jeremy Knoop can't clear. Spanberg behind the net. Corey David. David is knocked down from behind. Now LaPointe tries to feed across the ice, but moving down from the box area on the penalty kill was Garrett Ferguson as he intercepted that. 20 seconds remaining on the Red Raider power play. Puck is loose in front, and David couldn't quite control it on his stick. Now LaPointe tied up, and the Buccaneers will clear. They come out 2-on-2. 18 seconds remaining in our second period. A shot deflects off the stick of Joy. This is Josh Spanberg. The Buccaneers changing on the fly. Red Raiders trying to get one last rush. Just 8 seconds remaining. Puck goes the length of the ice, but Mahalski is back there. Corey David is checked, and there's the buzzer to end our second period of play.
Man, oh man, I'll tell you, I think the players are glad that's over, too.
We were tied after one. Here we'll get the saves. For Oswego, shots on goal, they had 6.
For a 2-period total of 19.
And 9 for the Red Raiders.
6 for Oswego.
That was the shots on goal.
Well, I'll tell you, Chip, that it's been one whale of 2 periods of play of hockey, and how these players can come back out for a third period is going to be beyond me.
Should be a real interesting third period, but we are in our second intermission right now with our score. Red Raiders leading 2-1 over Oswego. Welcome back as we are in our second intermission here at the Massena Arena. The Red Raiders leading now by a goal, 2-1. It was 1-1 after 1, and here to recap that second period is my colleague Jamie Davis.
Oh, that's me, isn't it? Well, that second period, I'll tell you, it was one fantastic period. And we take a look at the recap, and again, this intermission is being brought to you by Club 37 on the Tripoli Road in Massena. Shots on goal that period, 9 by Massena, Oswego 6, Massena for a total of 19, Oswego for a total of 12. The only goal coming in this period, Frank Joy scored it for the Massena Red Raiders. He was assisted by Adam Blaze and Mike LaPointe. Total penalty minutes, 3 minutes each period, or each for Massena and Oswego. I'll get that out after a while. And it's amazing, really, that there's only been that many penalty minutes in that period. Real physical play out there, just unbelievable.
Frank Joy with the only goal in this second period. We'll take a look at Frank Joy's goal here coming up, and it was basically a shot from the blue line.
It
here
certainly
it comes.
was. And we'll take a look at it, and there it is.
He just let the shot go, and I believe an Oswego player was standing in front of John McCrae because McCrae just kind of gave the look after the goal of, I never saw it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something, he couldn't have, because the way he's been making the saves tonight, I don't think he saw it at all. Here's, of course, the first goal. And that one, they gave it to LaPointe, but I thought it was Les Privel that got that goal, but they gave it to LaPointe. Here's the next one by Oswego right there. And Eric Cole, well, what can you say? Right place at the right time, and he tucked it inside. And Luca Richards, he just doesn't have a long enough leg to stop one of those.
And there you got to look at, once again, the go-ahead goal as we have played 2 periods now. And that goal, of course, by Frank Joy, and for Frank Joy on the season, his 9th goal on the year. Recapping the scoring summary in this hockey game so far. On the Massena side, Mike LaPointe has a goal and an assist for LaPointe, his 22nd goal on the season. Les Privel has an assist. Mike Dion has an assist. Adam Blaze has an assist as he assisted on Frank Joy's goal, and for Frank Joy it was his 9th on the season. For the Oswego Buccaneers, their only goal so far in this game has come off the stick of Eric Cole, a power play goal, his 23rd on the season. In the assist, they give it to Andy Grimshaw. So that's how we stand after 2 periods. If you look at Pete Sears' what he wanted to see here in this hockey game, well, they have done a good job of forechecking the Red Raiders at times in this hockey game. The big key, they've kept it close going into the 3rd period.
Well, they certainly have. But one thing I have noticed, though, and I think everybody watching at home notices too, that one team turns it up just a little bit and starts to get the checking a little bit closer, and the other team turns around and matches them. It has been a match note for note. Both teams are pretty much playing almost a mirror image of each other right now.
John McCrae, the goaltender for Oswego, through 2 periods, has made now 17 saves in net, and Luca Richards down at the other end has a total of 11 saves through 2 periods. Both goaltenders have played well in this game.
They certainly have, and I was just going to mention, if we were to pick 2 stars of the game right now, one of them would be Luca Richards, and the other one would be John McCrae at the other end. They have been absolutely outstanding in goal, and it's just absolutely amazing the goalkeeping we've seen in this game.
We'll be back with the 3rd period action right after this. You're watching Edwards Production Sports.
Commercial, residential, or industrial, you can depend on Northern Masonry for all your masonry work. Fully insured and over 35 years of experience. Brick and block work, flagstone, cement and stone work, fireplaces, driveways and sidewalks, chimney builders and repairers, even poured concrete foundations. Free estimates are available, so call today at 769-7550. Pierre Rochford and Ann Dumas wish the best of luck to all of the players competing in the high school playoffs. Northern Masonry is a proud supporter of high school sports.
3rd period action just underway. Red Raiders with a puck behind their own net. They try to work out of their own end. They play at the center. Now it's Corey David. David working against Nate Elliott. And Elliott knocks Corey David down. Now they battle into the corner. Jason Converse also in there for the Red Raiders. Elliott, big, strong hockey player. Pete Sears very impressed with him all season long. So he has been solid both offensively and defensively. Now at the point, here's a shot and it goes just off the Oswego goal. Kerwin trying to hold it in. Now Elliott in the corner. Feeds for his teammate Pat the Band. We have not called Pat the Band's name too often in this hockey game. Oswego changing on the fly. A long pass. Corey David looks pretty tired out there. Couldn't quite catch up to that puck, and the Red Raiders are called for icing.
Both teams looking for a line change right there, and the way they played those first two periods, we might see the line changes a lot more often in this third period.
Good point. As if the teams are, the longer you go, the more you hit, you become more tired out there, and you're right. They probably will be seeing quicker line changes here in this third period.
Probably noticed in that interview that I had with Tim Long, we talked about how he's made a lot of line changes this season and mixed up the lines, and that it hasn't had any effect on the players whatsoever. They seem to gel together no matter what changes are made out there.
And of course, Tim Long was very impressed with the way his team had come out and just shut Canton down in that third period last week as Red Raiders outshot Canton 41-18 in the hockey game. It did not allow a shot on goal in the third period as the Red Raiders beat Canton 5-2 to reach this quarterfinal game. And he was hoping the Red Raiders were going to continue to forecheck here tonight. Oh, Adam Blaze is down, and it appears as though he has hurt his knee, and that is not a good sign.
No, it is not. He scrambled back to his feet, and he is very slowly coming off the ice, and he can't make it. And that knee is really bothering him.
Adam Blaze, who, as we mentioned earlier in the year, has been selected to the Chicago Showcase team.
And he is doing all he can to get to the box on his own, but Jamie Courier came out of the box and was going over to help him, but now LaPointe has come out and they'll get him off the ice.
I should say Adam Blaze has been selected to the Chicago Showcase tournament. He will be on the New York team, one of the New York teams, I believe, that will be representing, of course, the upstate New York in the Chicago Showcase tournament. Let's hope that it was not a major injury to Adam Blaze, as he has been one of the I think he has played very well over the last few weeks, especially.
He has played excellent in the second half of the season. Got off to a bit of a slow start in the beginning of the year, but boy, he has played some excellent hockey in the second half. He is in a lot of pain, though, on that bench. Take a look at Adam Blaze. He's got 10 goals, 10 assists for 20 points on this season. And he is really ailing on that sideline. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Fine crowd here at the Massena Arena tonight. 1,478 was the paid attendance here to watch this quarterfinal game. Red Raiders working in over the line. Let me see, Heath McLean out there for the Red Raiders right now, along with Jamie Courier, Seth Service. Mike Dion trying to hold the puck in. It's in the slot area. McLean tried to feed for Service. Broken up. This is Nate Elliott. Elliott, a long shot. Dion might have screened Spanberg, or checked at Luca Richards, but Richards makes the save and holds on, and we have a penalty.
Yes.
And Heath McLean will go to the penalty box.
And I don't know what that'll be for. It may have been holding on Eric Cole. I happen to be keeping an eye on that, if you can believe that, as that developed. We'll have to wait and see.
Heath McLean has not seen a whole lot of action in this game, but he picks up a penalty right here.
Time 2 minutes, 16 seconds.
2:16 the time of McLean's penalty. Pete Sears sending out Matt Bashaw out here, along with Eric Cole, Andy Grimshaw, Nate Elliott also out there. A lot of the big guns for the Buccaneers.
Just going to say, they got that high-scoring line out there right now.
And Joe Iannarino. Race for the puck. Corey David. David in. He has Spanberg going to net. The Red Raiders score. Puck goes goes off the Oswego player.
What a job by Corey David, a one-handed job.
A short-handed goal that deflects off the Oswego defenseman, I believe. And the Red Raiders now lead.
This is going to be unbelievable on the replay. Watch Corey David. He basically gives the Oswego player a stiff arm here going in right there.
Look at him riding off the player, and it deflects off the Oswego player's stick, I believe, and into the net. That could be a backbreaker for the Buccaneers. We'll have to see how they respond, Jamie.
Here it is again. Watch that one hand up there, fending off the defender and
I
getting
believe,
the shot off.
I think Anarino deflected it in his own
yes,
goal.
I think you're right, Chip.
Corey David gets credit for the goal.
The time of the goal, 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Corey Davis scores a short-handed goal at 2:36.
Short-handed, that goal. Now the Buccaneers back the other way, and in front of the net, Frank Joy had Oswego's Jared Ledoux down on the ice, and
I still can't.
Luca Richards makes
Excuse me, Chip. I still can't get over that one-handed going in there.
Corey David.
I think he was just as amazed about that goal as you got to look at Luca Richards. It was like he turned around, Corey David did, and said, "Is that in?"
Corey David was warding off a check. He tried to play the puck in front, one-handed, and it was deflected by Joe Anarino. And now we have another penalty coming up. Yes.
And it's going to go to Massena, I think.
So the Red Raiders now will find themselves 2 men short. Good sign. Adam Blaze back out on the ice.
Yes. And I don't think Adam Blaze had any help in twisting his knee a little bit.
No penalty? No, I guess not. I saw the referee's hand up in the air.
Well, it might have been knocked down with a high stick or something, and they decided. But normally that just comes outside the blue line, so I don't know what's going on here.
But they bring it all the way down. I did not see just the high sticking against Oswego, so they bring it back in their zone. So check that. There was no penalty called. As I saw the referee's hand up in the air, but he was just signaling a high stick.
And that was it.
Yes, the Buccaneers still on the power play for another 34 seconds. Oh, and there's another goal!
Well, that one there went off the glass, rolled the glass down, and went back out onto the net. It hit the pole over there.
At the scorer's bench, it hit the pole, and John McCray, if there's anybody who's...
Well, if anybody gets the goal, it's the post over there.
Look at this. From center ice, watch this. P.J. Rochford's just sending the puck in the zone. McCray was going to go out of his net to hold for his defenseman, and the puck ricocheted off probably one of the panels. P.J. Rochford with a goal.
Unassisted except by the post at 3 minutes, 13-16 seconds. Rush for unassisted.
So the Red Raiders now lead 4-1.
The public address announcer, Sandy Cook, said he was unassisted except for the post helping him.
So Rochford gets the assist, and for P.J. Rochford, it's his second goal on the season.
I don't think I can remember the last time I ever saw one of those happen.
We have seen 3 odd goals in this game against Oswego. The slap shot from the blue line that McCray was screened on, well, that happens occasionally.
The
However,
photographer over in the box, he's pointing right at the post. There is a red post over by the penalty box. It hit off of that and went right down the ice.
John McCray has got to be just very frustrated if we can get a picture of the Oswego goaltender. He is.
And he's made some fantastic saves tonight, too.
Very, very disappointed, as he has played well, and the score is 4-1, but there have been 3 odd goals.
Well, there's still
2 anyway.
An awful lot of time left, Chip. There's 11 minutes and 4 seconds left for Oswego to come back, and that's still plenty of time out there.
Red Raiders now are just once again now with a 3-goal lead, are going to have to just try to forecheck the Buccaneers like they did the Canton Golden Bears last weekend. Red Raiders want to try to keep the puck out of their own end. And now here's the Buccaneers, and a sliding save by Luca Richards, and the rebound scramble for the puck. Kerwin involved in front of the net with Eric Cole. Finally, they're separated.
Cole had a great opportunity, but a good stop by Luca Richards right there.
Seth Service. Skating out of his own zone. Penalty coming up to the Buccaneers. This is O'Shea. Nice pass for Jamie Courier. He is leveled on the play.
Eric Cole with a vicious hit.
Still a penalty coming up. Here's a pass from O'Shea to Spanberg. And now as the Oswego player touches the puck.
We'll have to wait and see who is going off. It may be Courier. And I think that's, well, I don't know. He pointed it.
It's got to be an Oswego player because the Red Raiders had the puck and they had control.
And then they decide to exchange Christmas card greetings over there by the bench too, besides. And now the referee is looking to see who did it, and apparently the player has run away and hid somewhere. Now he's back out again. I didn't know who he was pointing at there. The two players were right together.
So it's Matt Vashaw, who's a first-team All-League. There you get a look at Vashaw going into the penalty box.
Oswego penalty number 15, Matt Vashaw. Slashing. Time 4 minutes, 51 seconds.
Well, he gets a minute and a half for slashing.
Red Raiders on the power play. They have scored 2 strange goals here in this third period, and they don't really come any stranger than the way we've seen them scored. As one off an Oswego player stick, and then one off the one of the posts at center ice, basically. Here's a long shot as the Buccaneers send one on net. Luca Richards with a save. We're under 10 minutes in our hockey game, and the Red Raiders leading by 3.
B.J. Rochford will probably be down here with a fresh can of paint to paint that post over there and fix it right up.
This is Corey David, leaves for Dion, feeds in front. McRae makes the save. And let's see, the referee has his arm up again.
I don't know who's going to go here. Well, a little extracurricular activity after that, too.
And let me see, it's another Buccaneer player, and it's Joey Iannarino. So the Buccaneers are finding things getting out of hand here. 38 seconds remaining on the first Oswego penalty. And now we have a timeout called by Pete Sears, the head coach of Oswego.
Get a look at Joe Iannarino in the penalty box over there.
Joe Iannarino, who has 3 goals and 13 assists for a total of 16 points on the season. So timeout has been called by Oswego as Pete Sears sees this game kind of slipping out of his hands, and he wants to kind of regroup the Tribe. 9:17 remaining, third period. We'll be back right after this.
Flowers by Joseph has moved to a new location. Flowers by Joseph is located now at 19 Bailey Road, formerly the old Nancy's Flowers building. Flowers by Joseph always promises to be as uniquely special as the person to whom they are sent. If you appreciate artistic arrangements specifically designed for your special occasion, then you'll love Flowers by Joseph. Fresh flowers, specialty baskets, plants, dried and silk flowers, or antiques. Don't settle for ordinary. Experience Flowers by Joseph today. Now at their new location, 19 Bailey Road, Massena, formerly the old Nancy's Flowers building.
With Jamie Davis, I'm Chip Chapman, back at the Massena Arena. 9:17 remaining. Third period. 4-1 our score, and the Red Raiders now with a 2-man advantage.
Well, for 38 seconds at least anyway here.
Red Raiders have Kerwin out there, along with LaPointe, Adam Blaze, Seth Service, and Frank Joy. Oswego, 2 men down. Penalty killing here with Nate Elliott, along with Jared Leduc and Eric Cole. Cole and Elliott, they've logged a lot of ice time here in this hockey game. Red Raiders trying to hold the puck in service. A pass not hard enough. Nate Elliott was able to intercept. Buccaneers trying to keep it moving. Here's a shot in front. LaPointe deflected it. Remember, he had the first goal against Canton last week on the deflection. He might have got a piece of it on that tip try, but
Yeah, Michael Point tried to shovel that one in. Almost got it in, but another great save by John McCray. And,
John McCray, a first-team All-League player in Section 3, and this is his first, there you can look at Mike LaPointe. Mike LaPointe was the second-team All-Northern this season. Quickly we'll work down the All-Northerns Red Raider selections. Frank Joy, first-team All-Northern. Ryan Kerwin, second-team All-Northern. Mike LaPointe, second-team All-Northern. Corey David, second-team All-Northern. And, of course, Josh Banberg, first-team All-Northern and co-MVP with Potsdam's Mike McCabe. Red Raiders controlling. Ryan Kerwin's shot deflects off the leg, and Oswego clear. They're down now only by one man with 35 seconds remaining. On the second, or on the Oswego penalty. 8:16 to play in our third period. Massena leading by 3. And they're going to send the face-off all the way down into the Massena zone.
Well, there's 24 seconds remaining in the penalty and the power play for the Red Raiders right now.
Jamie, quite a few all-academic players on Massena this year, too.
A number of them.
We want to...
Well, Brooke Table is one. Luca Richards definitely one in there. Frank Joy, Ryan Kerwin, Mike Dion, Mike LaPointe, Chad Schneider, and Josh Bamberg. And that's quite an honor right there.
Yes, it is. All academic.
It's great to be mentioned to the All-Northern team or something like that, but when you get on the All-Academic, that's when you've been great all the way around.
Yes. 7:50 remaining in our third period. Penalized player back on the ice. Spanberg, nice move. Spanberg in. Lets a shot go, and it just trickles wide of the Oswego goal. And I believe Nate Elliott might have got a piece of Spanberg's stick just as he was getting set to let that one go. Now at center ice. Spanberg rides Oswego player off the puck. Now it's Jeremy Caduce playing the puck in. Red Raiders. Rashford. Pass for Converse. Dion. Now Spanberg for Corey David. David being checked by Elliott. Corey David knocked down on the play. The Raiders have a man in front. That's Les Tribble. And Mike LaPointe in a high slot. Good play that time, broken up by Andy Grimshaw as he was standing in front. Intercepted that Red Raider pass. Now the Buccaneers. Andy Grimshaw was trying to break free behind the Red Raider defense right at the blue line, but it's called on the outside. Down to 6:50 in our hockey game, and a chance to let you know that this telecast has been an Edwards production, and any rebroadcast, reproduction, or retransmission of this game without the express written consent of Edwards Productions is strictly prohibited. Our cameramen for this game have been Chris Tabor, Jason Deno, and Rene Ruiz. And this telecast, of course, has been produced and directed, as always, by Chad Edwards. And some of the announcers on this telecast have been approved and contracted for by Cable 24 WEPT. And we want to thank once again Pete Sears and Tim Long for their help and assistance in passing along some information, of course, that we've been able to pass along to you here in this hockey game. 6:15 to play. Red Raiders leading by a score of 4-1. But I'll tell you, this has been a lot closer game than that, and just for a couple of unfortunate goals against Oswego. Very strange goals. Hey, you'll take them anyway. There's no doubt about it. But
right, especially when you're assisted by a post.
Yes. But
they're going to talk about, I think, well, we got a penalty coming up here, but they'll talk about that goal for a long time to come.
5:56 to play. We'll be right back.
Massena Big M at 232 North Main Street strives to serve you the best in groceries and accommodations. Massena Big M works hard to give you the best in produce, meats, deli, and bakery. A convenient carry-out service along with competitive prices. Visit their customer service counter for your New York Lotto tickets, banking needs, public assistance benefits, or pay your 9X phone bill. Massena Big M is committed to making their customers a #1 priority. One-stop shopping with small store convenience. Locally owned and operated, your friendly Massena Big M store, 232 North Main Street in Massena.
9:04, the time of the penalty to Oswego. So the Red Raiders send a puck right on net. John McCray makes the save. And then Corey David went by the Oswego net, and he poked at John McCray's glove hand as McCray had the puck. And then taking exception to that was Nate Elliott, and Elliott had some words with Corey David. Nate Elliott, only a sophomore, 6'2", 205 pounds, good size. And like I say, he's only a sophomore. This Oswego team, relatively young, basically. They've gone with 8 sophomores and 1 freshman throughout the season. And that's, Pete Sears got to be very pleased, Jamie, with those type of players coming back next season.
Oh, definitely, he does. He's got a very, very talented and outstanding squad right here, this Oswego team.
Red Raiders, of course, with a lot of experience. Can't say enough about that Red Raider defense all season long.
I think this is the most physical we've seen any team be with Massena, I think, this season.
P.J. Rochford lost. He tried to line one of the Oswego players up in the Red Raider zone, and he missed a check and ran in the boards, and that got an applause, and then we saw a glove come flying.
The debris is still flying off the ice here. We haven't seen as much as we have in some of the other games, but we've seen a couple of gloves out there this game, so that brings our tally of gloves up to about 7. Mouthpieces are at 1, I think it is. That's all we've seen out there is 1 mouthpiece this season.
From the draw, Garrett Ferguson lets a go shot. Snap that one wide of the Red Raider net. Ferguson looking for the puck once again. Knocked down by Dion. Down to 30 seconds left on the Oswego penalty. Red Raiders right in front of their own net, dangerously lose the puck. Ferguson has it. Ferguson winds. Kicked away with or blocked away, I should say, by Luca Richards. Here's Corey David. David is checked into the boards. Anarino now. This is Spanberg. Spanberg tries to flip the puck in front for Mike LaPointe. Broken up by the Oswego defense. Red Raiders play it down the length of the ice as they tried to play back to the point. Went too far. Buccaneers changing on the fly. 4:18 remaining.
Well, I hope to be going rinkside after the game is over with for the Club 37 post-game report, and we'll get a chance, we hope, to talk to some of the players after the game.
Now, Scott Service out there along with Joe Weisskopf, Keith McLean, working it over the line. Eric Cole. Cole tries to slide it in front. Luca Richards makes the save. And Eric Cole.
Well, good pass from Cole right there to get it out in front of the net, but Luca Richards, he's been something else in front of that net tonight.
Good play by the Red Raider defense that time, too, as they got a piece of that centering attempt, and that allowed Luca Richards to make the save.
There you get a look at Eric Cole right there, the #1 player right now on the Oswego Buccaneer team.
Oswego ranked #1 in New York State coming into this game. The Massena Central Red Raiders ranked #2. Now this is Weisskopf. Back pass, but Scott Service wasn't there. Oswego played a center. Frank Joy waits for his teammates to tag up. Plays it back into the Oswego zone. Down to 3:20 in our hockey game. Not many people have left Massena Arena. Penalty? No. I thought it was. There was looked like a possible icing call that was waved off. Now at center ice. McLean sends the puck in deep. Massena changing on the fly. Seth Service. Tim O'Shea. Charlie Durant out there. Jamie Courier. P.J. Rochford. Elliott plays the puck to center ice. Under 3 minutes in our hockey game. A long shot from center.
Wow.
And a one-hopper.
Boy, I would have believed anything tonight if that had gone in.
Yes.
It almost did.
Luca Richards just got a piece of it and deflected it just away from the net.
I think that would have been stranger than the post incident that we had.
Now behind the net, going after the puck is Canoe. O'Shea in battling for Massena. O'Shea shrugs off a check. Ooh, now he's sticked it in front of the net. McCray with a save. The rebound, and O'Shea overskates the puck. See, he had an opportunity. Now Service. Seth Service moving around the net. There's a Red Raider taken down on the play. Looks like Oswego will be going to the penalty box again.
Luca Richards is off to the bench, but not in time before they could get Josh Spanberg out there. The number 23 for, looks like
Jeremy Canoop.
He will go to the box there.
Just a minute 56 remaining in this hockey game.
That is Oswego's fourth penalty of the period, I might add.
Time 13 minutes.
A couple of these penalties probably out of frustration. As they were only down by a goal coming into this third period, but a couple of strange goals. And the Red Raiders lead by 3.
1 minute and 39 seconds left. And we'll try to go rinkside and catch some of the Red Raider players as they come off the ice, Chip.
So the Red Raiders now at center ice. Eric DeRosie, a bouncer right on net. McCray makes the save. Jamie Davis is going to go down by the ice. There you see our score on the Club 37 scoreboard. Red Raiders leading by 3. 58 seconds remaining on the Oswego penalty. And the Red Raiders just a minute 24 from advancing into the semifinals. They have made it into the state playoffs the last 3 years. Of course, the 3 years that Tim Long has been head coach of the Massena Central Red Raiders. Here's a long breakout pass intended for Keith Lee for Oswego, but a little bit too far for Keith Lee, who's a senior forward. Now the Red Raiders. Josh Spanberg starting in his own zone. Spanberg racing down the left side, moving in. Spanberg gets around the player, shoots, he scores! Josh Spanberg. How many times have we seen that this year? Spanberg gets by Grimshaw, I believe it was. Might have been Michelson. And Josh Spanberg goes end to end and picks up for Josh Spanberg his 25th goal on the season. Here we got to look at it again. Spanberg with that good speed. Mahalski basically gave up on him. Josh Spanberg picks up the goal.
Scored by number 19, Josh
Spanberg gets the goal.
14 minutes, 7 seconds.
14:07.
14:07.
The time of the Red Raider goal. So the Massena Central Red Raiders, here's McCray out of his net. Polk checks the puck. Tries to work it out of his zone. He can't. 30 seconds remaining in our hockey game. Red Raiders leading by the score of 5-1. In front of the net, it's loose. And Heath McLean scores. Heath McLean picks up a goal. For McLean, it's his third on the season. And the Massena Central Red Raiders, 2 goals in the final minute. Here we got to look at it again in front. McLean works it off his skate onto his stick. One more time, we're going to look at it.
And number 11, Scott Service. The time of the goal, 14 minutes, 37 seconds.
14:37.
From Durant and Service. And
Charlie Durant picks up an assist along with Scott Service.
$494. $494.
8 seconds remaining. A shot. Richards has saved the rebound, and Richards makes the save on Anarino. 2 seconds remaining. And now There goes the buzzer to end the hockey game, and the Massena Central Red Raiders will advance into the semifinals in the New York State playoffs. As the Red Raiders win here tonight by the score of 6-1 over the Oswego Buccaneers. But the game was a lot closer than the final score indicates. 2-1 after 2 periods of play.
For a game total of 19, for Massena 10, for a game total of 29. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an award ceremony to take place on this.
There you get a look at our final score was 6-1. We'll have to update our Club 37 scoreboard.
For Massena 10, for a game total of 29.
So the Massena Central Red Raiders in front of 1,478 fans in attendance here tonight. The Red Raiders are winners. As the teams right now out on the ice shaking hands. There you get a look at Luca Richards. He played well in goal again here for the Massena Central Red Raiders, as Richards has now played in basically the last 3 Massena games.
Ladies and gentlemen, the teams would please line up on the blue lines.
Teams will be lining up on the blue lines now.
Presentation to take place.
So, Jamie Davis is out by the ice, and he has an interview, and we will send it down to Jamie Davis.
Secretary of Section 10 and
We're trying to join right here on the ice break. This is going to feel great against this Oswego team.
This is Marcus Slack.
2 years ago. My only goal 2 years ago, and it happened again this year.
Hey to Utica. Do you think they can do it?
Oh, I think we can do it. We had the best team we've had in a while, and I think we've got it.
Well, congratulations, Frank, and congratulations to all the Massena Red Raiders.
All right, thanks a lot.
Oh, yeah, the Massena Red Raiders right there. They're on their way to Utica. Back upstairs to you, Chip.
Thank you, Jamie. So once again, 6-1 the final score. Recapping the scoring in the third period, the Massena Central Red Raiders scoring on a goal by Corey David, unassisted. Then PJ Rochford scored unassisted. Josh Banberg picked up a goal unassisted in that third period. And the Red Raiders picking up an award at center ice. There you get a look at Martha Slack, the athletic director, out there with the Red Raider captains, Ryan Kerwin, along with Frank Joy, Josh Banberg. Red Raiders will play Saratoga next week in the semifinals. And the fans here at the Massena Arena, as you get a look at a very joyous celebration here at the Massena Central Red Raiders, winning this hockey game by the score of 6-1. Jamie Davis is out on the ice. I see he's got Tim Long coming alongside as the head coach of the Massena Central Red Raiders. Down on the ice.
Right here.
And we're going to send it down to Jamie Davis right now, who's with head coach Tim Long.
Massena Red Raiders coach, this has really got to feel good. You got a couple of strange goals in there, but when it's going for you, it's really going for you.
Well, the fact is they went in, so we'll take them, but it's just another step along.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And we're going there, and that's where we want to do it.
And as far as the farther you go, the tougher it gets.
Yeah, well, yes, it does. Everybody's ready to play, and everybody's a good team. So, you've always got yourself a real dogfight, and tonight was no different. I thought we were quite strong in the third period. That's what we intended to do, and we're very happy with the way the guys
So
played.
everything turned out pretty much the way you wanted it to against this Oswego club.
Well, Oswego's a very good club, and they made it tough for us, and it wasn't an easy victory. And we had a little luck off the glass, but, those things happen. I thought we played exceptionally.
You hear me? Okay.
Cool.
Okay,
We're talking with goaltender.
Massena Red Raiders.
Chip. Kind of creep. Luca.
You got a look at the Red Raiders leaving the ice here at the Massena Arena as the Red Raiders victorious here 6-1. Jamie Davis going down there. We'll have to take a look at what we have here as the Red Raiders recapping now in this hockey game. Mike LaPointe picked up a goal and an assist. And Jamie Davis, I understand, has another player. And we'll go down to ice level.
I'm with Josh Spanberg here. And Josh, you and I had a chance to talk earlier in the week, and things pretty much went the way you wanted them to.
Well, absolutely. We played our game plan. We did the forecheck. They had a little problem with it at first, and we kept applying it. They had more problems in the goals game because the forecheck was working, and that's exactly what we wanted to do.
Well, fantastic. Now you move on to Utica, and probably just can't wait for that.
I'm even more confident going into Utica than I was going into this game. I think this team is doing a great job. They're united. They're strong. They're in complete good shape. I just don't see us losing if we play the way we have to play.
Well, okay, Josh. You had a fantastic game. Thank you very much for stopping.
Thanks a lot.
Chip Chapman along with Jamie Davis back at the Massena Arena. The Massena Central Red Raiders victorious here tonight by the score of 6-1 over Oswego in this quarterfinal state playoff game. The Red Raiders will advance to the semifinals next weekend in Utica as they will take on Saratoga, another team that the Red Raiders have not faced yet this season. Recapping the scoring in this hockey game, it was 1-1 after one period and 2-1 after two. And going into that third period, we thought we were going to see a real close hockey game, but the puck didn't roll Oswego's way, no doubt about it.
Well, I think if you take a look at those goals, the way they were scored, Chip, John McCrae just happened to be, I would just say, discouraged completely. I guess discouraged is kind of a mild word to use there after those two freak goals that went in on him.
It basically broke their back.
Yeah, it did. And you could tell it affected John McCrae because he had some outstanding goalkeeping in those first two periods of play. And this Oswego team was just absolutely fantastic. And the score did not reflect the way that team played. They played some excellent hockey.
We're going to recap the scoring now in that third period. And the first goal was an unassisted goal by Corey David. At this point, the score was 2-1, and the Red Raiders were killing off a penalty. And watch the great job that Corey David does here as we get a look at Corey David's goal. And I guess what we're going to do is start right back at goal number one in the hockey game. So we'll go back to the first period, and it was Mike LaPointe who got the Red Raiders on the board in the first period, and it was Red Raiders started out forechecking Oswego and putting a lot of pressure on. There you get a look. Like you said, it looked like Pribble got the goal, but they gave it to LaPointe. They may change that. Who knows? They're now the second goal of the hockey game and the tying goal by Oswego, as that was scored by Eric Cole. That tied the game on the power play. Now Frank Joy from the point makes it 2-1. Look at this. A slap shot, McCrae never saw it.
And you notice who was around that goal. Les Pribble. He didn't spend much time away from the front of the net tonight. Now we go up to the next goal.
Now this is in the third period with a score 2-1. There it is. David trying to feed the puck in front for Spanberg, and it deflects off of Iannarino's stick and into the net. Red Raiders at that point led 3-1. There's the backbreaker. A long shot from center ice by P.J. Rochford, and it went off one of the posts over there by the
penalty box, yep.
And then this is Josh Spanberg, end-to-end, like we've seen so many times on the season. There you get a look at Josh Spanberg, as Spanberg picked up goal number 25 on the season, and at that point, that made it a 5-1 Red Raider lead. And then the Red Raiders finish out the scoring with Heath McLean picking up his third goal on the season, the assist going to Durant and Service. And that rounds out the scoring as the Red Raiders outshoot Oswego in this hockey game, 29-19. And the Red Raiders are off to the state semifinals.
And as we talked with Coach Tim Long, as you saw when we were out there, Coach said and you agree with me, it gets tougher as you go along. The teams get tougher towards the end of the state tournament. And now they're down to Utica in the Final Four, and they're going to meet up with some other teams that are just as hungry as the Red Raiders are to get that state championship, Chip.
But the Red Raiders only gave up 1 goal here in this hockey game, and Luca Richard played well in net. The Red Raider defense, I thought, played well for the most part. They didn't allow very many second shots. And on the Oswego side, a tough game.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Because this was a very good game and very close after two.
Yes, it was. And both teams played very physical hockey. I think it was just a matter of time, Chip, before you figured out which team is going to wear out before, the other one does. And they played 2 periods of real hard hitting and rough hockey. And then when they got out there in that third period, it looked as if both teams were getting pretty tired there towards the end of that third period of play. But we saw some excellent hockey. We saw some excellent goalkeeping in the beginning. So, great game all the way around, that 6-1 score. Again, another one of those games where the score doesn't reflect exactly what we saw out there.
Well, we hope that you've enjoyed our telecast here on Edwards Productions Sports here this evening. And a paid crowd of 1,478 fans saw this game here at the Massena Arena, and the majority of them going home happy once again as they see the Red Raiders advance to the semifinals as they go to Utica next week to take on Saratoga. Once again, the Red Raiders defeat Oswego by the score of 6-1. For my colleague Jamie Davis and our entire Edwards Production Sports broadcast crew, I'm Chip Chapman, bidding you a very pleasant good night, and we hope that you enjoyed our telecast all season long here on Edwards Production Sports. See you later, everybody.